What is going on, Lunatic Fringe? Well, you got your pump. It's started. It's not over. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in. Trollbits.com. This is where you come if you want to burn. There's no other protocol that's free for you to use that every single day you can help and contribute a little bit to the burn protocol that is Terra Luna Classic. Now, yesterday they burned 163,000, which you can see right there. Also, burning a lot of SHIB every single day. Now, if you guys are engaging with the content, if you're coming on here, checking it out, boom, there it is. All you have to do is engage with this content, and guess what? You're going to be contributing to the burns. And then you can help instead of just sit back and wait for something else to happen. Also, giving away $100 today is your final day to sign up. We'll do it over the weekend. We'll announce the winners on Monday. If you have not signed up for TerraCasino.io yet, sign up today. There's a link in the description down below, and we're giving away three $100 gift coupons that you can use for this live casino as well. So if you are interested, certainly sign up today, and certainly helps me that you do sign up under me. So the big things that are happening right now, the validation of the EU TC repeg, probably not going to happen. You can see right here, there's just really not a thirst in voting for that. The request to inject liquidity into Terraport has reached a pass threshold, so it looks like it's going to pass right now. If you are part of this, if you are interested in this, then here is your layout. Lunk Live, yes. Jesus is Lord, yes. Terra Vita, yes. Lunk Community, yes. Stakely, yes. Jesus is Lord 2, yes. Burrito Node, Vegas Node, Juris Protocol, Lunk Goblins, Nodes, all nodes, Baywatch, Kryptonian, Node with Veto, Interstellar, and Happy Caddy. And by the way, you know, there are certain amongst this that do not want you to succeed. They don't want you to have a successful off-ramp. If you have a successful off-ramp, then they can't keep your money here. They can't continue to use you for validation. Remember, all of these validators, they are compensated every month in Luna Classic. And that's how some of these guys pay their way through everything. So, you know, there's no benign sort of, you know, whatever. Anyway, may or may not pass. Right now, it looks like it's met the pass threshold, but we got 3 hours left, so anything could happen. If the vote fails, it fails. If it succeeds, it succeeds. If it succeeds, I think that means we have an easier off-road, off-ramp, if you will, for cashing out. If not, then back to the drawing board, baby. That's, you know, the unfortunate part about this is you have gatekeepers here who, I mean, basically hate your success. Now, look, you say what you want about all nodes. I've never partnered with them. I've never been a partner of all nodes, but and say what you will. All nodes is the staker. That's where you get your nodes. Happy Caddy Crypto, Interstellar Lounge, Stakebin, all of these guys, whether it be yes or no, everything goes through all nodes for the most part. They are your gatekeeper. They are incentivized to keep you on this blockchain. So, and I'm not saying that in a bad or good way. I'm saying they are incentivized to keep you on the blockchain. You do with that information what you want, but everybody that's using all nodes right now, and by the way, I can't say for sure that Happy Caddy is using it, Interstellar Lounge is using it, Lunk Live, you know, I can't say who is and who is not, but generally speaking, almost everybody to a man at one point was using all nodes for, and they were just leasing it out. I think it's $5,000 a month. I think every single one of these guys is giving all nodes like $5,000 a month, but they're making more than that. So make of it what you will. I don't like gatekeeping, and I feel like we're in the middle of gatekeeping. So, but that's you decide for yourself what you think is important. As far as the price action goes, boom, goes the dynamite. We're actually breaking back out into what I thought was going to continue happening, and it is continuing to happen. But what I wanted to see is I didn't want to see that, you know, reversal sort of dip right there, profit taking, if you will. I wanted to see a little bit more diamond hands as we kind of run up through that range. Will we stay once we get, you know, once we get that breakout moment, that exit liquidity, if you will, like, will we stay up there in that range? Well, you know, what we're looking for is a break above and then a confirmation. And what that would look like is very simply, let's kind of zoom out here, because I think that ultimately we're in for a much bigger run. But what we need is we need a move up above, we need a back test for confirmation, and then we need a breakout. And it would look like this right here. As a matter of fact, If I zoom in here and show you what's happening on the 1 hour for the total crypto market cap, what I told you guys in relation to that, quite simply was, if we're going to have a breakout, then what I would expect is we're going to have a break above 3, then we're going to have a back test, which we had right there. And then if it's successful, we're going to see a move, and we're going to see a big move happen, right? Well, that's exactly what broke out in the total crypto market cap. And look, this is on the hourly, so this is, still very new data, less than or right about 24 hours old. So we got the breakout, we got the back test, we got the confirmation, and now we've stair-stepped our way up here. Really, to be fair, like when you look at this right now, you're basically seeing an Elliott wave pattern kind of playing out real time in front of your eyes. And now it's probably time for a little bit of a correction, or we could just continue on. Elliott wave is not 100% accurate. Nothing is. So we could have a breakout and a continuation of that breakout, but that's the whole market. Luna Classic is following along, doing the same thing. And if you're curious, your Elliott impulse right there, and then boom, you had another big move, and then boom, you had that completion of the move right there. And now it's time for that correction coming down into this range right here, or maybe this range right here. Those are the areas and by the way, not that line necessarily, could be right here near the top of it, could be right at the top of that range, but those are your areas to watch for support right now, because the move has played itself out. And what you normally would get in this situation is a move here, a little retest right there, and then a breakdown right here, and then that's when you get your little confirmation for continuation of that move. Might take a minute, might take an hour, might take 20 days. You never know. But it does look like it's played out, game theory, if you will. So USTC, basically the same thing. You're seeing it break out, as a matter of fact, real time. And, up here, it's got a long way to go before we really have that confirmation that we're looking for of a real breakout. So, until we actually see it, look, I'm just talking, you know what I mean? I'm just talking. And you can see what I told you here, same thing as anything else. You want to break out above, you want to back test below, and then you get your full on breakout. And I don't know we're going to get that. It looks like it right now, and the market feels like it right now, but the market's felt like it before. Global liquidity continues to flow into the markets. So when we look at it from that context, and remember, we have our global liquidity kind of offset here, and we're looking at it from this context, and look at that breakout that we just got, really kind of following this whole paradigm right here. We had that big move right there. Looks like we're going to have a little dip. We're going to have another pump. We're going to have a dip, and we're going to have a massive pump, and then we're going to get another dip, and then a massive pump again. Like, it looks like overall that we are headed up so much higher. Now, my target that I gave you was 4.47 trillion in market cap. And by the way, it's not an exact science. I mean, I look at the bottom over here to the top over here, then I look at how the global liquidity has flown over here. And by the way, when you start to lay them down, smack them, yak them, if you will, so that it's, kind of based on exactly where the bottom and the top are and stuff like that. Look how low we are. There's so much more room to go. We're in the cut right now for a breakout. Now, Bitcoin needs to go to 120. I think 124,000 is my number. Bitcoin goes to 124. That money's going to cascade down into the altcoin market. And you can rest assured that Luna Classic going to have a nice little run because of it. Now, ultimately, 142% is how much we're up in volume, which is a good number right there. 9% increase in market cap. Same thing over here, 109% increase in volume and an 8% increase in the market cap. That's, look, we just want to see our bags grow, right? That's ultimately what we're looking for. So the bags grow, we start to feel a little bit of excitement, and then boom, the next thing you know, explosive move. Also, it should be noted, this came out, and like I thought, really look at that. We are down 38.5% over a 1 year period, and we're about dead even with the 90-day. 30-day, we're up 24%, and then of course the 24-hour having a nice little surge. Now listen, that's not the great numbers that you're looking for unless you've bought the bottom. If you've bought the bottom and you continue to accumulate at the bottom, you're feeling pretty good about that. But if you bought over a year ago, you're down 38.5%. So you're not feeling it, if you will. So we're not there yet. We're not done yet. However, by the way, I do want to say a 38% increase probably takes us to 301. So, that's most likely what we would be looking at on one of those kind of surges, those kind of moves. So, ironic, isn't it? So, hopefully, we're going to see a nice big move coming up over the next little while. I think that that's what we're going to get. I think we're going to have a nice little run, and it's going to continue on. But I don't know for sure. As far as burns go, 217 million. Just we're not burning nearly enough. And look, I talk about it all day, so I'm not going to talk about it today. Also, a quick post from Leonardo here. And basically, personally, I'm more confident today it will work as the collateral market maker will only deal with part of it, not all of the USTC debt. And we don't have to navigate governance with its multiple self-serving agendas. You need to make a decision, not yet, but soon. Also, if we fail, you get your USTC back as it's locked in the collateral market maker. As far as I'm aware, Ceramic is the only one who has ever shared a forecast. This is a job that requires expertise, not learning as you go. Ceramic is one of the few people in the entire crypto industry that has this expertise, and that is true, or at least we assume that that's true, that he is one of those people that has that expertise, and that maybe, just maybe, something like this as a proof of concept that they're doing on BNB, maybe it works, and maybe we need to convert over to USTR and end up abandoning USTC. I mean, that might end up being what it is on a maybe 1-for-1 split or something like that, but we don't know. And it should be noted that they reached out to a lot of these different people who are sitting here, by the way. And listen, some of these people are my friend. They're going to hear this the same as you're going to hear. Stop gatekeeping. Stop deciding what's best for everybody, and allow the governance and allow the voting and allow yourself to support people who, in fact, maybe they don't know as much as you. Maybe they don't understand as much. But you can't decide whether or not something is good for this chain or not. That's a community decision, and there's way too much gatekeeping that's happening. And listen, we hear a lot of people talk about gatekeeping. It is a reality. I'm telling you right now, All Nodes is a gatekeeper. They are preventing the explosive moves that we would like to have, unless it's under their terms. They use their voting to block potential things that they don't like. They use their and by the way, they think maybe that they're doing what's best for communities. They think they're doing what's best for the chain, but also remember, they think that what's best for the chain is what keeps them getting a bunch of money from people every month. And I'm not sure it was $5,000, by the way. I'm not sure exactly how much it was to lease a node every month for Luna Classic. I should have a node at this point, by the way. I've always felt that if, like Happy Caddy Crypto, he has a node and he has a YouTube channel, so he can influence decision and stuff like that by using his channel and stuff like that. And I think that's shady. And I don't think that he's shady, by the way. But I think that it's shady that somebody with a KOL or something like that, I don't think that I should have a validator. I don't think Happy Caddy should have a validator. I don't think that, who was the other guy? Jesus, Classic Crypto, he used to have a validator. Levi, the one who's got the chromosome, the XRP is going to go to 100 million billion jillion market cap. That guy. None of these people should have validators, but it's a free world. So, yeah, that's it, guys. Let's see what happens. I have no idea how this is going to go. I do think we're going to get a nice little pump, but where it goes, I gave you 40x. That's the best that I could say, in my opinion, as to how something's going to play out. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And remember, this is not financial advice, but I'm always right.